These are the signs that you need to work harder this year. If at the restaurants you eat, you can see the toothpick. It's not wrapped in anything, it is there live. It's looking at you, you're also looking at it. Catch yourself dozing. Just burst out laughing. You switch off security lights to save power. The car you drive warns when a door is not shut well, but it doesn't show which door. So now people in the car, everyone keeps banging the door. Not me, not me, not me, until you reach the culprit. If from your living room, you can hear the neighbor's TV, the closest you should get to sleeping is blinking. The restaurants you go have no menu. Ordering is for entering and you start interrogating people like in a criminal investigation. What do you sell around here? Let's take this here more seriously. Your house has bulbs like this, hanging all over the house. You'll even hit someone. In your house, you need a helmet. Someone coming into your house, they need a safety brief. The only time you should be laying down is in hospital. Not a thing in Europe, America, Asia, but in Africa, if public transport passes your gate, your bedroom door has a curtain. Each day of your life starts like this. As if you're on stage. Your life is just a drama festive. And so is your income. Another sign that you need to work harder, you look at flying as success. While others look at it as a pretty fast mode of transportation. You know, like let's fly, we shall arrive sooner. But you, I'm flying tomorrow. That's what the Bible said. He prepares food before my enemies. Even food and enemies just looking at you like, why are we this? If your bed has those stands that hold the mosquito net, those stands are telling you to stand up and go to work. Your birthday gift to yourself was a photo shoot. No, I think to celebrate yourself for another year of not dying, you went all out and rewarded yourself with pictures. Among things you can't afford, hard sleep. Your parents can't explain what you do. They introduce all your siblings. When they reach you, they're like, and some of you, even yourself, you can't explain your own income. Tim, somehow the money comes. Really, God just provides. Even God is like, If during family functions, they easily ask you to do tasks. And if you're female and they easily ask you to do tasks, there, even if you work harder, it might not help much. It just means that. But if you're male, they just know that you're working so far. It's not working. When you tell people that you're going to fly out of the country, instead of them saying when, where, like normal people, for you they say, wow, gongs. Throughout the festive season, no one visited you. You were the one visiting. No one can risk their welfare by showing up at your house. You were there busy receiving calls of, we have cooked. The last time people visited you, your house looked like you were moving. Let's use that as a sign to act. Rich people bargain audibly. Like you tell them this land is 100 million, they'll be like, I have 30 million cash as a quarter. People that need to work harder bargain using code. You tell them something is 10K, they're like, I call it Chiwatu. Like, what the hell is Chiwatu? You use midnight bundles. Other people sleep at night, you sleep in the morning. Even the network company is now concerned. They want to scrape the thing because they never thought someone would need rehab. A whole adult, you're there. It's a good deal. Now you're in office with red eyes. Because 4GB was 2K. You think you are smart. Scarcity has you here. Your house has one door. You have only one way you can enter or leave. You were a button. The people who said nothing is cast in stone didn't see you coming. You're there in stone, cast like this. The only difference between you and prisoners is you have keys. You're just remaining with carrying that house of yours to become a slave. Just the only way you can take time off is during your journey to work. Like the time during that commute, that's your on leave. First, wait. This video is dedicated to Scott and Melanie, the family that flew all the way from Canada just to come here and experience where I shoot these videos. You white people, you don't fear anything.
My people, so if you're in business, I want to just give you a heads up. Things are going to be a bit more tight for you. Why? While you're being distracted by Gachagua, today the senior economic advisor, Moses Kuria, has said that starting 25th December, all pay bills will be deemed virtual electronic tax receipt systems. Kwa lugha ya mtu wa kawaida ni kumaanisha that every pay bill, every transaction ina happen via pay bill, pay bill, pochi ile bill, hizo zote lipa na M-Pesa zote zitakuwa deemed receipt. Na kama ni receipt inafaa ilipiwe. Wamesema hivyo because they've noticed that the number of that the 2 million registered touch points across the country, there are 2 million points of virtual, sell hii mambo ya paybill 2 million ziko registered, haziingiani na ile data wako nayo. So this means that the evidence of mobile money payments will also be deemed as good as e-TIMS. So receipt yako ya M-Pesa ikionyeshana umekuwa na 1000 transactions, hiyo ni kama e-TIMS, na inafaa ulipie whatever tax itakuwa capped on that transaction. Therefore itakuwa admissible for income tax deduction. Okay? To top it off, I want to bring your attention to something. Mbadi, I think on 7th, alisema that iTax itafanyiwa overhaul. Number 2, akasema that ICMS pia itafanyiwa overhaul because of too much revenue leakage. Anataka kuongeza pia budget ya KRA in 2025-2026 financial year to up to 30% so that they can, boost staff welfare, etc. But this is where it gets interesting. He now adds that notice kuna gap kubwa sana kwa rental income tax. So rents mjue sasa zinafikiwa. This is going to be a very tough period. Cause he talks of the government can rake in 100 billion annually if they properly come for rental, they properly collect rental income tax. So your rental properties zinakujiwa wenye mko na maploti mmejenga, he's going to come for it. And the second thing that I noticed was interesting in his address, aliongelea that there is a significant gap in the income tax visibility among professional services. Lawyers, plumbers, doctors, nurses, whatever, every professional body, kuna significant gap in the income tax. So he's going to use those bodies as avenues to increase revenue for the government. But the thing that they're not getting is overtaxing Kenyans is not the way to improve the economy. Personally, I don't know much about economy, but I honestly think we need an absolute overhaul in how we handle our budget. One of the things that I think we really should consider is what they call zero-based budgeting, where expenses must be justified and approved every new budget period, typically each year. I think we need to do that because sasa pesa tutanyang'anywa hizi pesa zote and then they are going to steal them and loot them, or allocate mapesa sijui kwa counties. I've been doing county reviews, huko ndiko pesa zinaenda, and money is getting looted every day. So there's going to be a very tough period that's going to follow, all these tax measures by our dear government. So yay, go hustler.
Pengine mumeo ni wale wa kufika usiku sana kwa sababu ameona apitie mahali ya kunywa moja mbili. Wewe uko hapo unashinda ukimpigia simu, ukiwaka kama dragon juu ya hasira, ukitunga shairi za matusi venye utakuja kumtusi, ama unaamua uende ulale, haushughuliki mumeo yuko wapi. Wewe utalaaniwa, hata huwezi pata usingizi. Kuja ni kuonyeshe venye unafaa kungoja mumeo. Sasa kaa hapo, usiwahi kula kama mumeo hajafika. Hata kama mko na watoto, msijaribu kuguza hizo chakula. Kaeni ukimuombea ili shetani amuachilie akuje nyumbani. Kisha chukua vitu zako uende umwangalie huko nje, tochi na nini. Juu kama unavyojua, mwanaume huzidiwa na pombe akiwa kwenye compound, anashindwa kuingia kwa nyumba. Muangalie huko nje. Najua hamujakula, hata watoto hawajakula, lakini hata wakilala ni sawa, watakula baba yao akifika. Enda hata kwa main gate ukae na soja hapo, umkalishe mkingoja mumeo. Na mumeo akifika usijaribu kumpigia kelele, asikasirike, arudi kwenye ametoka. Ukimuona mkimbilie mshukuru kwa kufika.
If we indulge me for like 2 seconds, there's a girl on this app who had articulated very well the colonial ties to this whole state of the finance bill, blah, blah, blah. They did very well, can't remember her name. I'd like to take it a step further and say that what we are currently experiencing in terms of the resistance to change and the lack of accountability stems from the domino effect of toxic parenting. Stick with me. A huge majority of us grew up with parents that we couldn't talk back to as kids. And if you so much so as try to ask, oh, why is this happening? Or can we talk about this? It's like, what do you mean? What do you mean you want to talk about this? Right? And now, when we are the ones asking for accountability from people in government who will also qualify as people who will be old enough to be our parents or are similarly in the same age group, it's being met with disdain, like, excuse me, what do you mean you're asking me what I'm doing with public assets? What do you mean you're asking me to tell you what I am doing with the money that belongs to you? These guys still look at us as children. Even being adults that we are right now and being on the streets and doing all these protests and asking for change, you're watching people be abducted, arrested, or shot because you're simply asking the right questions. Because back then, you also could not ask your parent what the hell they were doing with their money. You could ask your parent for 2,000 and they'd be like, I don't have. And then you say, oh, but yesterday you did this kind of shopping. They ask you, is it not my money? Why are you asking questions? Exactly. Now look at the state of the country. We are out here trying to seek accountability and we are still being treated like children. And this is why they keep calling us our sons, our daughters, because they look at us as disrespectful children who need to be disciplined. And it's very crazy. And this is the domino effect of toxic parenting. Because now we are fighting a whole generation of older people who really lack any sense of accountability. They don't believe in apologizing. They don't believe in telling you why they were using certain things or why they're not transparent with you. They don't believe in that nonsense. What do you mean?
Maybe you can drive.
There's some kind of parking area over there.
Where?
Yeah, we go
There.
like 20 meters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. yes.